Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Grain of Salt. We are here again today in the bed, and lots of crazy stuff is going to happen when the camera turns off.
Or if the camera stays on.
Today, we are talking about cancel culture. There have been a few instances of cancel culture in the entertainment world, if you want to call it that, in the last week, and it has inspired us to talk about cancel culture, and feel free to leave your input in the comments or DM us on Instagram or TikTok to leave your input. And I don't know, we might fucking impress us and we'll mention it on the next episode or something.
Yeah, for real.
The first instance of cancel culture that occurred this week was out of Houston. It was at a Houston Astros baseball game. And basically this girl was taking pictures in the stands, and there were these girls behind her. You know, they flipped off the camera. They were making faces, and people found her. They found both the girls. They found the business that one of them works for, and was flooding the reviews with 1 stars and saying like, "She murdered my mom. She ate my cat," type of shit. Like, I've seen that type of stuff before.
Crazy.
And I saw they made in like, I don't even want to call it an apology video. It was like just a response video, and they were essentially blaming the girl again. They were like, photobombing isn't bullying and this and that. And Cardi B even commented on this and said that she would have put, I guess one of the girls was wearing a ring or something. She said she would have put it to use.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I saw that.
So you did see something about this.
I saw that, and I saw like a clip of like people being like, oh, like these girls in the back. But I I was just like, I really don't give a fuck. And I scrolled.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the whole video.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I get the girl that's taking the selfie. Like, I get the.
Well, she had it like
off.
propped up or something, and like it wasn't someone taking a picture of her, and it wasn't her like, you know,
holding it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a video, I guess, and she was gonna screenshot from it, but she was able to see like as it was going on. But the thing with like videos like this is like, you're seeing 1 minute and you don't know what happened before.
Yeah.
Before is more important because that could have provoked the reaction. But after, too, it's like, I don't know. For all we know, like the girl that was being like photobombed could have like fucking went like fisting.
Whoa.
Fisting them. No.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wish I was there.
like went ballistic.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, if she had it propped up, maybe it was obstructing their view from the game or something. And, like, you know what I mean?
It was definitely lower.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't like a tripod situation or something. The other instance of cancel culture this week, this one's definitely more, you know, valid to, you know, whatever you want to call it, canceling or whatever. Meghan Trainor on her podcast, she said fuck teachers. Yeah. And it was in an episode, Trisha Paytas was on it, and I guess it's the Working on It pod with Meghan Trainor and her I almost said boyfriend, her brother Ryan. Yeah. And so the three of them were on it. They were talking about, you know, I didn't watch this in its entirety either, but she ended up saying fuck teachers, and that pissed a lot of teachers off. And she made a response video apologizing. I say that lightly. Yeah. Yeah, because it's up to interpretation, obviously. Yeah. And she said, you know, she was bullied by teachers. Trisha was too. And it's not how she feels. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say right off the bat how like I feel about it, but I think I wonder like how much consequence these people actually go through, and I think it's an interesting contrast between the Houston thing and Meghan Trainor, because one of them is famous, so one of them can have like, you know, brand deals pulled or whatever, the other can have their job pulled, but I wonder if there's any difference in the consequences there, and if there's just any real consequence at all. Like, if can the Google reviews that are given 1 star be erased because they're not genuinely about the business? Like, does it actually end up affecting their lives at all? Like, I have no idea.
I think at some point, at least for like regular people, it does, because it's like, not only does now your employer know, but now the rest of the fucking world knows, because you were on the fucking news, or you're all over TikTok, all over Twitter. Like, they'll know your face when they see you.
Yeah.
Like, kind of thing. But I also don't feel like people go out of their way and are like, oh, fuck you. like just like in the middle of the street, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I
aren't
don't,
you the girl?
Yeah. Maybe they'd be like, wait, aren't you? But
Can I get
like,
a picture?
Yeah. Literally. They like photobomb them.
Flip them off.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like that one at least didn't have to be such a big
deal.
Like, I understand, like, yeah, it was pretty fucking shitty, but like to like go to their employer and like they probably fucking found where they live. Like,
yeah, that's
I
true.
feel like that is a way extreme reaction to that shit, because I'm just like, fucking people do that shit all the time, and
it's just
like,
a matter that it was caught on camera, essentially. Like,
yeah.
I personally wouldn't do that. I know you wouldn't do that, but
No, yeah.
people, there are a lot of people who do that all the time. I think until it gets to a certain point, like, obviously there are things where people should be like very, you know, consequenced, whatever the fucking, that's not a word. Yeah. but for something like the Houston game, like, okay, she had a lapse in judgment. Like, it was definitely like fucked up. But like, the thing for me is that they addressed it, but they still blamed the girl. It's like, you were clearly in the wrong. Yeah. So like, if they were to learn, I think these people that cancel people just ultimately want them to learn, and then it all calms down.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I wrote in my notes too. I was like, I feel like to some extreme, like, people go to an extreme where it's like one little thing, yet like it's gonna follow them throughout their whole life. But I'm like, people from those things learn and change. Yeah. And like, even if they are like fucking 30 years old and they make a mistake, like, I don't know, like, I get, like, at the time, like, educating them, but going to the point of like canceling them entirely, I feel like, also depending on the situation, obviously. Yeah. But like, I don't know, I feel like it, like, you know how they say like, oh, if you go to the opposite extreme of what you're fighting, like, you're basically turning into them. You know what I mean?
Like, if you settle down to their level.
Yeah, exactly.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, and like, I actually saw something about that, I think last night too, that they were saying like, if you like don't like what the opposing side is doing, yet you do the same thing, but like to the opposite people, like you're just going down to that level. Yeah,
you're not trying to extinguish it with water.
Yeah, exactly.
Love
like,
girl. that's where I got that quote.
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I don't know. And like Meghan Trainor's thing, I feel like she was talking from a more personal point of view, not in general. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, she obviously had bad experiences.
She definitely should not have said that.
Yeah.
But like, the wording was horrible.
No, yeah,
but
for sure.
It doesn't, like, someone responded to her video and was like, I don't even think Meghan has the like idea of like fuck teachers. Like,
yeah.
And like, she just didn't think she had that opinion, but she was like, I think that person was still like, your apology wasn't good enough. Yeah. She got a little bit, she does like this baby voice type of thing. Yeah. And she did that a little bit in the video, and I was like, like,
maybe not in this video.
Maybe not in this video. Yeah. Of like all the videos. Like, not there. Yeah. But she was nervous. You could tell, like, and that's something where it's like, if someone like seems genuinely guilty, that's also up to interpretation. The thing is, again, like, well, not again, I haven't said this yet. But like, with fame, like, when you're in the public eye, you're not going to please everyone. So like, not. There's no way you're going to get everyone to accept an apology. Yeah. But I feel like, I mean, like, really, in a month, are we going to hate Meghan Trainor because she said fuck teachers? Yeah. Like, I have a hard time believing that. Yeah. I have a hard time believing that if someone genuinely did something like deserving of being like long-term canceled, that like that, you know, cut them off the radar for a few months. And like, I feel like people just don't have the energy to hold that grudge, or the like, not the memory, but like they just don't. Yeah. Like, they let them slide. Yeah. That's what I'm like. Think of Trisha Paytas.
They play favorites.
She was on the episode of the podcast. Yeah. And like, I don't know how many people had an issue with that before this whole teacher thing happened, because then they're like, why do you even have Trisha on the podcast anyways? But it's like, would you have said that beforehand? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Trisha Paytas definitely has like something to do with it. Cause like I didn't know like about the Meghan Trainor thing, and I was kind of confused when you texted me, so I looked it up.
You were like, what? What did she
I was
do?
like, what'd she do?
She seems like the last person to get canceled too. It's like,
yeah,
she
I was
seems
like,
so
is it
like
her song, bro?
it's
like,
the baby voice.
Yeah,
she's just a kid.
Yeah,
she's just a 30-year-old child
Yeah.
with a kid.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, when I saw, I was like, oh, it's Trisha Paytas. I was like, what is she doing on the podcast?
Oh,
with
you looked
her?
it up?
Yeah. And I
Mhm.
saw the clip of like what of the podcast when she said that,
Mhm.
and that's why I was like, I guess I get like she's talking from a more personal like point of view than everybody else looking out from like every other teacher that there is out there, because there's plenty more than what she had, you know. But I was looking at like too at the comments like under the video, and they were like, oh, like the Trisha Paytas thing like with her teachers, like I guess it was debunked first. Like I don't know how you fucking do that shit, but
yeah, that's the thing. Like, who can you really believe?
yeah. So that when they were like like saying that, like I kind of just stopped, because I was like, I know after this, like people are like just gonna be shitting on it, because like no one's gonna have the like, okay guys, like remember what she went through, like this is what she thinks. Like that doesn't mean that like every single teacher, I guess, but I mean, if you take it out of the context that it was in, I feel like that's how you get canceled, because I feel like if you really take into account what like she went through and stuff like that, obviously she's gonna have that like point of view like from teachers, because from what she went through, and I don't know for how long like that happened to her, but like
I think it's important to just like keep in mind, and they probably know this, that like not all teachers are bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, she's gonna certainly have those point of views about the teachers, but I think it's limited to those teachers, and there's certainly a lot more good teachers than there are bad. But anything on the internet, like one person could say, oh, I confirmed this, and then another person spreads that, and then it like spreads like wildfire. So like it doesn't seem productive at all to like even like engage with it.
Yeah, and I think they know too that like if they do make some bullshit up, people will know. Like they're celebrities, like people will dig in their fucking like history and like get everything out of whatever it is, you know.
It gets very is convoluted the right word? Like
I don't know what that means.
Like it gets like mixed up. It's like if someone genuinely like dives in and finds the like authentic whatever it is, and they're like, I have it, and the next person's like, I have it too, but it's completely different. It's like that's where it can get so confusing.
Or like people don't word it right, and then now people are like, it's like the fucking game telephone. Like you're not gonna fucking hear like exactly what
but you're playing with like a million players. We started with brownie batter, and they're like, SpongeBob clatter. Kind of close for a million people. Damn, we did good, guys. Keep it up. I cannot wait until summer camp.
God. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm sure she learned from her mistake, you know, and I feel like to keep bashing her for it is not going to help either. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
she's had her fair share.
Yeah, like she understands what she did, and I'm sure after she said that, she was like, fuck. Like, maybe I should have not.
Yeah. Because it's like, again, it's like, it's because it was recorded and published. Someone did make a decent point of, like, there was an editor that had to have
seen that. Yeah, I was going to say that next.
Like, maybe the editor doesn't watch the full thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, from our podcast, like, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
But, like, if they know there's no cuts to be made, supposedly, in certain areas, it's like, would they replay it? But,
yeah, or, like, even them, like, they're just doing their job. Like, if like, obviously Megan's like, oh, make sure you cut the last minute out, like, they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But like if they see that the stream is going well and that's into the amount of time that it is, I don't think they're gonna really mind. Like they're just trying to get fucking money, bro.
Yeah,
it's
not their place to choose what goes in and what goes out, because they don't want to lose their job.
Yeah. So it's
that's
like,
a good point too.
You know, like they're just trying to do their job. That doesn't mean it was the editor's fault at all either.
It's like part of me is like everyone's said something they regret before, but the other side is also like, I think it is important to call people out when they do it,
for
because
sure.
then it also does help other people learn from it. So I think, I mean, obviously we don't know Meghan, but Maggie,
Megatron.
That's Nikki.
Meghan Trainor.
Megatroner. But what was I saying? Fuck. Oh yeah, I think she's gonna ride the wave. Like, and
for
it's
sure.
Meghan Trainor. I haven't seen her be canceled before.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will be her first and last or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think she's probably coming down from it at this point.
Yeah,
I feel like there's like 1 or 2 days where it's like that's the top thing.
For sure.
And now it's like, I mean, I haven't seen like anything about it.
Yeah, that's
today.
why I'm saying like I didn't see anything
it's kind of
about
already
it.
yesterday's news.
Yeah.
And so once it's yesterday's news, it's like you're not really canceled anymore because people are like, I made you look. They're all about that bass again.
Yeah, exactly. But I literally saw someone like comment was like, your lips are moving ... like to the apology video.
Oh yeah,
because like it didn't make sense
on the other videos that she's posted. Like there was, because she's pregnant again. They were like, oh, he's gonna be a teacher. Which I think if you look at it really, like after you've given yourself the time to be like, that was so wrong of me, and take accountability for your actions. Like if you look at it as like humorous, it's maybe that's a better way to cope when people are still just hashing at you for like no reason. Because like the humor in it is pretty fucking funny.
People are
get
creative as fuck.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the funniest part. Like we are holding her accountable to all this shit, but like,
we don't agree with
no.
instances, and they should definitely be held accountable.
Yeah, but
to the justifiable extent.
Yeah, exactly. But that's just hilarious.
We're one brain.
Yeah.
Pop off.
Yeah. And I mean, like, we like cope like that way. Like we make jokes. It's not like, it's not that we don't take it seriously. It's just we don't know how to react.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we did that a lot in our religious episode.
Yeah.
And I am so deeply sorry, you guys. I accidentally deleted the video footage of our religion episode. We had an entire episode on religion, and we were even ahead of schedule with, now we're like barely catching up. But like, we had an entire hour-long episode on religion, and that shit was funny as hell. Like it was one of our best, if not our best episode, in my opinion. And we still have the audio, so I don't know if it'll ever be posted. If you guys want to hear it, Venmo us at Grain of Salt Podcast $1 billion. Someone just like takes the username Grain of Salt Podcast and gets $1 billion. That was for us.
I was gonna say we gotta get on that.
Yeah, come to our garage sale. I don't have a garage.
I have a lot of squishmallows to sell.
Oh, okay, and you have a garage.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so we'll do it at your house.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I feel like it's very like, okay, yeah, you did that wrong.
Yeah.
But you got this, girl.
Yeah. So Jojo Siwa was also. Do you know what I'm going to say?
About this bitch. No.
Oh,
but
really?
She's funny as fuck.
Wait, why do you like talking about her so much?
Because she's so much. She's like everywhere.
That's
for
true.
no reason.
Bows,
like
lunchables, lunchboxes.
Yeah,
lunchboxes.
Like in the lesbian TikTok, and then like her
Lesbo
whole
boxes.
Thing. Exactly. Like it's just
extra
like,
ham.
I just see her everywhere.
Roast beef.
I was gonna say roast beef. But I'm just like, I don't know how this bitch does it. But she's everywhere.
Well, she has a team.
Yeah.
I bet. We can only afford one bullet.
Yeah. I'll stand behind you.
Oh my god.
That was a good one, huh?
That was a good one. That's a behind the scenes.
I feel like
right there.
I'm low key getting funnier.
You're like, I feel like low key that's a good idea. You've always been really funny. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I think maybe I'm just like
you're gonna get canceled for being so conceited. Wiped off the map.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just realizing it more. because like I started saying like, oh, you like that, huh? Because when people laugh, I'm like, jokes.
That's even funnier too.
I know.
If you say that after a good joke.
I know. That's why I'm just like, okay, maybe I did a good job.
You
actually.
do. Oh my god. Melisa is so funny, you guys.
I love myself. Just
good.
Kidding. No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Not good. We were joking about when this clip started. I said like, oh, like because the camera turned off, and we have to. If you guys don't know, a little behind the scenes, like tip. First of all, we have studio lights that we set up.
Yeah.
Studio lights pop off, and every 30 minutes the camera stops recording.
Yeah.
So in all 15 of these episodes, or however many we have now, every 30 minutes, Melisa gets up off the bed and restarts the recording. And our editor has to deal with that, and it's super fucking annoying.
Yeah, but the editor, he does his job.
Yeah, and it's a volunteer position, so he's actually he's been paid like $2.
Hey, that's cool.
No, just kidding. We would have split it, so it would have been $1 each. Oh wait, 75-25. Yeah,
yeah. So
that's
not
in
even
our contract.
close.
What?
I said so not even close.
Yeah, I can almost get a small Coke from In-N-Out. I'm here to spend my check. Do you take check? Oh, okay. I will be in the parking lot murdering myself. Oh yeah, but I said I'm gonna kill myself, and we can only afford one bullet. And she said she'll stand behind me.
Yeah,
that was really funny. You kind of had to be there though.
Yeah,
but you were there, so
yeah. Anyways, JoJo Siwa.
Oh yeah. So basically, JoJo Siwa. I saw this like literally 5 times too. Like posted on her story.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible, or if she just like did it a bunch of times. But basically, she said, well, she joked around that she was pregnant. Like, I guess it may have started as somebody thought she was pregnant and she played into it, which is like, I feel like that's fine. But people took it as like I was watching this like clip of a podcast on TikTok with Tana Mojo, and she was like, you know, there are people out there that like deal with infertility and stuff, and so like you shouldn't joke around that you successfully got pregnant. Like, you shouldn't treat it so lightly because it's something that people try so hard to obtain. But is that snowflakey to you? I'm getting snowflake vibes from you.
Yeah,
because you're white.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, like, I totally understand. I have family that like deals with it. I'm probably gonna deal with it later, bitch. But I'm just like,
oh my god, you being pregnant would be so fun,
wouldn't it?
Grain of Salt podcast.
Yeah,
Grain of Salt podcast. Bumpcast. It's Melisa's. That could. Oh my god, we'd have podcast ideas for the rest of the fucking year.
Literally,
a bump update every week. That's it. It's a 5-second podcast. Yeah. It's the size of a watermelon. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Follow us on TikTok. Watermelon would be huge. You'd be like in your 8th trimester.
Literally. Just keeps growing. Doesn't come out.
You know what? Octuplets are a thing.
That's crazy as shit.
I think that's the highest it can go.
Really?
Well, I hope so. Like 20 kids. Move over.
You have to have like a
Back
wheelchair carrying your fucking like stomach.
A wheelchair carrying your stomach?
Yeah, or something, bro. I don't know. I just thought of a wheelchair because why not? Anyways.
Hold on, honey. I have to run to the store. Can you pull the crane up to the curb? And fling me to the Sprouts down the street.
Oh my god. Anyways,
she had a speed bump because she's pregnant with 10 kids. You wet?
I feel like that is way. I'm not gonna say way out of line, but
because you don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, literally. No, I don't like. That shit, I feel like it's starting to get so nitpicky. Like, I understand people go through
well,
their
she didn't
own...
get actually canceled,
no,
to clarify. It was just like, I could see it turn into like people being to Tana Mojo like, oh, that's a good point. Let's cancel her. And then she gets canceled.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's like trying to start shit. Exactly what like kind of you saw like happening. But I don't know. Like, I feel like sometimes people definitely do take too much too seriously, especially on the internet.
Yes,
because it's so quick to
Yes.
just like, oh, let me tweet this, and then everybody will start seeing it. Everybody will like, oh my god, is this true? Oh my god, like, and then
they're sorry for interrupting.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so somebody recently told me that I don't know if it was a study or what, but it was like idolization of celebrities is linked to it was depression or some shit, and it seems like there may be a link to cancel culture there because like if you get canceled on the internet, like most people on the internet are like addicted to TikTok, like they like how much do they actually go out into the real world and realize how little some problems are, you know? I think that's an interesting thing to take into consideration. Is like who are we allowing to be the judges of whether or not this person should be canceled? These TikTok users that are scrolling 24/7 and are just like not brainwashed, but just like so like in the internet mindset and so like potentially dissatisfied with their own lives that they want to. It's like when they say like, oh, your bully has like issues at home. Yeah. It's like, okay, do cancel culture like do people that cancel other people also have issues at home and that's why they're looking to cancel somebody else rather than themselves?
I think that like literally
mic drop.
Yeah, literally. But I think that has a lot to do with like the start of Twitter too, because I feel like Twitter was like still is a very hateful app. Like out of all of them, I feel like it has like its very good sides and it has its very, very bad sides to everything. And I feel like
it's also way different now. There's like a For You and a following tab.
I know. I saw that the other day. I was like, bitch,
and everyone in your mother is verified now. Literally. I'm like someone verified will follow me and like I'll click on it and I'm like, oh, you paid for that.
You're an average Joe.
Which I literally did the same thing, so I can't really judge. But like, that was fun as fuck because I feel like I got in a little early on it, and like I kind of pranked like 5 people. Like they DM'd me and they were like, "Oh my god!" Like my cousin was like, "You're verified," and I was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, funny. "It's literally $15 a month. Like you could just pay for it."
I know.
They were like, "Oh, you're not famous."
Yeah, exactly.
Never talking to you again.
Never. But I don't know. I feel like that's when it starts getting really like nitpicky with things and like I don't know. It's very like tough call, and like you said, like who is there to judge that they're in the wrong?
And then like if one person is well spoken and plays the same opinion as them, it gives them validation.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like it's a tough call to be like, I don't know. It's like there are absolutely things that like if you mess up you should be, you know, told to right your wrong and apologize and shit. But I do feel like a lot of times it may be taken too far. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, like with the picture thing, like I totally understand that was super shitty of them, like especially like flipping off the camera. I feel like making faces, I feel like is more normalized, more normal, like no one would say anything, but because they were flipping them off and shit, like, and they were like laughing and but even then I'm like, okay, the only thing I really see there that's like a concrete like, okay, don't do that, it's like flipping off the camera, because it's like if I don't know, like it can be so misconstrued if like you're making eye contact with somebody and you're whispering and then you laugh. It's like you could just be watching something and
I do that shit
like,
all the time.
I'm like terrified to have a camera on me now because like someone's gonna misconstrue something. It's like, but I'm not famous, so I don't have to deal with that.
And like I don't know, like oh my god, I saw this video actually on TikTok, and it was this. They were somewhere in Europe. I think they were in Italy. And they were taking the train, and it was this lady. She looked like a person of color, I think. I'm not very sure. And she was with her Asian boyfriend and his mom, and she's also Asian.
Oh, I think I saw this.
Yeah, and these like Italian girls, like I believe there was 4 of them, and they were like sitting across the way, and they were like straight on looking at them, whispering, and then like laughing, and then they like switched spots to like look at the people, and I was like, what the actual fuck? And under there, like I saw people were like, oh, like they changed their username to this and this, and like they would update like every like few minutes when they would change like their profile names and shit.
Wow,
it was fucking crazy.
Don't mess with the internet.
Yeah, literally, because I'm just like, That is so scary to like even think about.
Yeah.
Like now your like life is literally in danger. Like if someone takes it to an extreme.
Yeah, it takes one person to like get your address, which probably isn't that hard.
No, it is not at all.
And come to your door and fucking shoot you in the face.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that's, I mean, I bet it's happened, but like luckily it doesn't sound like it happens all that much.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's the type of thing that I'm just like, okay, like I understand like telling them like, bro, like what the fuck were you doing on the train, bro? Like that's not fucking right. Like they're just people, like they're trying to live their normal lives and you're over here like making fun of them and shit and like obviously literally staring them down.
Yeah.
And making them feel so
That's
uncomfortable. Like, yeah, they're visiting your country, but like, bro, like they're not doing anything wrong. They're taking the fucking train, like being tourists, like, you know, like just seeing the world. Like I don't understand why that's such a big fucking problem. And like, especially in this day and age, like actually, like, for people to still do that shit, like plainly. And these girls were not like 30, 40, like that you can be like, oh, they're fucking baby boomers and shit. They honestly looked like they were 25, 24 maybe. But I'm just like, I don't understand like how they think so highly of themselves to put other people in an uncomfortable situation.
Absolutely.
And like I think getting like all their information and stuff is definitely going to another level, but they do definitely need to be like held accountable for what they did for sure, because that is so like not okay.
There is a good part of it though, to like from my perspective, with the, I mean, as long as nobody goes through with it, and like that can definitely, I could see that even be like traumatizing in a way of like thinking somebody's after you or you know, death threats, whatever. But like it does, I'm obviously it would scare somebody. So it's like hopefully once it's all said and done and it's calmed down and stuff, they're like, I never want to do that again. Yeah. And so it kind of, you know, solves the problem. Yeah. But it's like, hopefully death threats aren't the only way to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't even think it should be death threats. It should just be like, what is literally wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like actually.
Like, yeah.
Like, not even like hurting them more emotionally than physically, because like, especially I feel anybody that like, I don't know, I've heard like people say like when there's someone's bullying you to like go after something they care about, like, but for themselves, like emotionally, you know what I mean? It's like their personality, because that's gonna hurt them a lot more, like because they're gonna be like, oh fuck, like, damn.
Yeah, the people who like focus on other people in a way of putting them down are fragile and insecure themselves. So it's like, it makes me, there's this one like there was this incident in, I think it was Florida, where this like guy picked up this elder woman and like slammed her to the floor, and it was like a pool party, and I think the woman came out and said like, can you guys like chill, because you're being loud, and like ended up being body slammed, and she ended up forgiving him. And like it was like, when people are able to kind of see the potential in somebody like that, like that's like really nice to see. Yeah. Because if it's the victim speaking for themselves, because nobody should be able to choose for the victim. Yeah. But because that's like, obviously it's a violent act, and but like I do think that also helps the suspect, if you want to call him that, learn, because like, but it's like he got a second chance, you know, so he's like, okay, like I'm not gonna fuck this one up.
Because I feel like you can go like, the suspect, I feel like could go like two totally opposite ways and be like, oh shit, I got away with it, I can do that shit again, you know. Or he can be like, oh, like this lady like gave me the chance and like didn't press any charges or anything, like I won't do that ever again. Or he could get canceled for it and have a mindset of, I have nothing to lose, I'm just gonna do even, you know, that and worse. And that's where I think it gets scary when that happens. It's
I've
like,
seen at least one other instance of this in the like they were on a talk show or something where like the footage I saw from the one from Florida was like from court or something and it was on the news. But I saw one other one on a talk show. I forgot what it was. It may have been when Megyn Kelly was with NBC, but she also got canceled. Why did she get canceled? I forgot.
Who's Meg?
She made comments about blackface. What did you say?
I can't remember where I saw this.
I literally just forgot her name. Megan what?
That's someone that they were on a news thing, or maybe what the fuck is it called? Like The View? I think it was The View, right?
Yeah.
Where the lady like left, and like some people were like, "Oh, like
was it Sunny?"
I honestly do not know. Yeah, maybe.
It's Demi.
Yeah, but I don't know. I saw that people were like, "Oh, like that kind of sucks," because she was kind of like the opposite of everybody else, so we would get an input from the other side. But some people were like, "Thank God," because she was just bringing the like party down. Like everybody was like on the same side, and then she would be like, "Well, no, actually, and this and this." And
I know Sarah Haynes was on that show. There's a Joan, I think she's like the older one with the red hair. There was a Sunny, but yeah, how many of these are The View and how many of these are The Talk?
Yeah, exactly.
There's literally like multiple, and there was The Real with Jeannie and Tia Tamara.
Yeah.
I used to watch that one quite a bit.
Really?
And Lonnie Love.
I always saw clips.
I was watching that today actually with Kim Kardashian.
And that was all with Whoopi Goldberg too, right?
That's The Talk or The View. That wasn't The Real.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Whoopi Goldberg has never been canceled. I've never heard her name.
Oh
wait, wasn't she canceled kind of recently?
Yeah.
Has anyone not been canceled if they're famous? like for real though, like I think it just goes to show like once you're canceled, it's not you're kind of not.
Yeah. It's not over for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
But when people are in the moment of saying it, they're like, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah, you're done. I don't know. I personally like see it a lot in like I mean, I'm more into like the Korean like groups and all that stuff, and there I feel like is crazy because like in Korea, like bully is looked down upon like really bad, and like there's been like members of groups that have gotten kicked out because there's like alleged bullying like rumors.
Alleged,
yeah.
wow.
So
that's the thing too.
Confirmed.
Yeah, that's the thing with the internet being so quick to flip out.
Yeah,
it's like someone's life could get seriously damaged.
Yeah,
by something that didn't even happen.
Yeah,
it's like it's guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah,
when
literally.
It's supposed to be the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. And like like I said, there's one group specifically that I know. I don't know many others, but like this girl, like a bunch, like I think 2 girls came out and were like from high school saying that like she bullied them and shit like that, and like literally so quickly she was like, these are like alleged rumors, but I'm gonna remove myself from this group because I don't want my actions or my like these alleged things to like influence the like popularity of the group. And like she's been out for a while now, but
wow, yeah,
it's crazy. And like
that's like big of her, to say like they're not even true, but I'm still gonna remove myself. And then there's like on the opposite side, there's like this like older group that like these guys are blatantly being homophobic and transphobic or like racist. And like there was one, I can't remember exactly who it is, but one of these guys was like performing and he was like giving high fives to everybody in the crowd. And there was a black girl that was there, and he like totally skipped over her and started right after her. And then he was like, well, I didn't like with COVID, I didn't want to touch anybody and like stuff like that. But people were like, you were touching everybody else except when you saw a black person and you totally skipped over them and went went on. There's certain things where like it really does only take 10 seconds. Like
literally.
That's an instance where it's like, what the fuck? But I will say, with this age we're entering, AI, like someone can
That is scary.
I know.
It's
like,
so scary.
I feel like cancel culture is going to see some sort of major shift.
Yeah.
With how seriously we take it, because I even saw it was 60 Minutes the other day. For the first time ever in their broadcasts, they did a disclaimer at the beginning saying the following 60 Minutes was created with completely human content.
Oh shit.
Like, I was like,
what?
It's scary. Like, it's like good that they're keeping it human, but it's like the fact that they even have to say that is wild. I remember like even like 10 years ago, I saw this was like pretty big news back in the day because it looked so real and it wasn't really a thing back then. There was like some like alleged video of an eagle like swooping down in a park and grabbing a kid, but it ended up being that it was animated, but it looked so real. But it's like 10 years of progression is a lot in terms of technology. So it's like, I think it'll be really interesting to see how artificial intelligence influences cancel culture in the coming 5 years. Yeah. 1 month.
Well, literally, because there's even, I know this video came out a while back because it was on a few, like, I'm pretty sure it was like on a TV show, or they were showing it as like a commercial or something, but it was basically like all these news channels saying something. They were all saying the same thing.
Like they were reading verbatim the same script.
Yeah. And like it was like, I can't remember exactly what the whole point of the video was, but it was like,
I think it was like that they were supposed to be doing like unbiased reporting.
Yeah.
But they were just reading a script that have been given to like a bunch of other news stations. Yeah.
So like, I'm just like, and you're seeing it back to back to back to back, and you're like, oh shit, this is huge. Like everybody's talking about it. Like, what the fuck? And it was not even like even a big thing. Like it was just like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but like people were taking it so seriously. And even when I saw it, was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, you know? And
it's like, how are we gonna know if shit is
real? Literally.
Like, it's like trying to figure out how to word that, but literally that's it. Like, like it's just kind of crazy.
There's no way.
There's really like, I don't see a way.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, how do they even verify that the 60 Minutes people like verify that all the video was real and this and that? I'm like, how do you even do that? So I bet I don't know. There's probably something like we haven't thought of, but like I'd imagine there's going to be like laws against like, you can't
for sure
start fucking chaos about like something with a fake video or like something along those lines.
Yeah. Well, I remember when deep fakes were crazy as fuck. And like,
those like don't look very real to me. Like you can kind of tell. Some of them though, like I don't know, I've seen like videos of like green screens where I'm like, oh, that was a green screen, or like CGI. Like some shit does look very authentic. And I don't know if you've seen like those voice AI things too. Yes.
And, like I see
my god, yeah.
a lot like of songs that they're like, oh, AI generated Ariana singing someone else's song.
Yes. Oh my god, in the chat GPT thing.
Yeah, that
where
too.
You can type in like, write me an essay about global warming, and it'll be like wild. And the voice thing, there was a video, so this guy was linked with David Dobrik. He's the what's his name, Dom. So he made a fake video as if he was covered on the news so basically like the news ran a story about an Amazon driver that would drop off packages, take a picture of it, and then take it for himself and then sell them and make a profit. And he made a fake news story about it. And the anchor I even recognized the anchor's name because I watched her growing up. Like she was from ABC and it sounded so real. But it was a completely fake story. The voiceover was fake. He just like typed it in.
What the fuck?
It's wild. And like, it's just crazy. Like already that we have to like really pay attention to like what's real and what's not, and what needs more than 10 seconds of a video to like I feel like most people are like, all right, like like,
let me do a little more research.
yeah, like they're rational about it. But enough people will hop on board with anything.
Oh, for sure.
To where it can do damage to somebody's life. And then the ball gets rolling. Like, it's like starting to play telephone again.
Yeah.
Like an irrational person tells a rational person, oh, did you hear this? And they're like not really paying attention. They're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then that rational person has credibility. So that when they go say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like I could go on and on about this.
Yeah. I'm like a very gullible person. Like, actually. Like, especially if it's someone that I know, I will take their word for it. I should do a test
next week. I'll just say like some huge lie.
No, because there's
my
sometimes,
mom's pregnant.
There's sometimes that I'll be like, bitch, what the fuck do you mean? Like, there's no way. And sometimes I'm like, are you serious? And Rachel does this shit to me. Like, she used to do it a lot more than she does now. But she would like tell me some random ass thing, and I'd be like, what? Like, are you sure?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'm fucking kidding, bro. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, fine. Don't have to make me feel stupid like that, but okay. But yeah, I don't know. There's like, I personally cannot
deal.
Yeah, no, I can't. Especially with like when I see like big news things, I have to look it up, because if I don't, I'm just like, there's no way this is real. Like, it has to be a lie. Like, yeah.
The news guy.
Yeah. But I'm just like, I don't know. I try so hard to like do my own research, but sometimes I'm just like, does this really need, like, do I really need to be like super educated on this like stupid little thing? Yeah. Especially when it comes to celebrities like being canceled for like dumb, like small things. I'm not gonna say dumb things, because like obviously some things are very serious.
Yeah. But there are probably dumb things that people have been canceled over before.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know, like I can't like keep up with everything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you literally can't.
Yeah, like, it's like I feel like it's died down a lot, but
cancel culture.
Yeah, but there's like some spurts that just happen like all the time, and like I actually like before this, when I was saying like all the Korean like groups that get canceled and stuff, like I saw a lot of that literally last night.
Oh wow.
Where people were like, these guys have been like super homophobic and no one has been saying anything, and like now it's coming out with all of this, and like it's just like so crazy like to think that like these certain people, like even just making people uncomfortable, like they keep doing that and they're super famous and no one says anything. Yeah. And then it's like one
like there's so many people out there that should be canceled that aren't.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, because I remember like James Corden when they had like BTS on and like I forgot, like he said like, oh, all your fans are like 15-year-old girls, and like I remember like BTS fans went fucking crazy on him.
The army.
The army, bro. No, like they'll like fucking ruin your career. And I remember like he had to come back and was like, hey, like sorry, like I did not mean that. Yeah. Like I know you
Please
guys
don't kill
like,
me and my family.
No, literally, because I think he literally was getting like death threats and shit of it. But I'm just like, bro, like I understand like not all their fucking fans are 15 years old, but I'm like, do you have to take it to that level?
Yeah.
Like,
what constitutes a death threat? It's like kill yourself or like okay.
But like
it's still very wrong.
Yeah. I think that some people do definitely like take it to heart, especially like people like James Corden or Jimmy Fallon. Like they're people like that like watch their stuff, are super nice, and like obviously they're a fan if they're watching, you know what I mean? So for them to get something like that, they're like, oh fuck, like I fucked up pretty big. Yeah, like, you know. And like death is not something that people take lightly ever.
Yeah. And it's like it's like they say, smile at someone, it could change their day. Like you never know what they're going through. Like you never know what someone that you cancel or whatever is going through either. Like they could be on the brink of suicide and need that one little thing to push them over. Yeah. And it could cause them to kill themselves.
No, yeah, for sure. And I feel like, not to take this back to over here, but like there's been like recently actually this Korean idol, he like offed himself. Oh, and,
I
like,
heard about that.
Yeah, and like
the Moon guy.
Yeah, Moonbin, and he was like super liked. He was like the sweetest guy ever.
I didn't know that was suicide.
Yeah, so like they were all like, it came like so suddenly, and like no one expected that, especially from him.
I feel like typically with the way it's worded, if somebody's young, like you can kind of tell that it's suicide. And like, because I feel like people are less likely to disclose the cause if it is suicide, whereas if, say, like a car accident, like they'll be like, they might not disclose it still, so like it's not certain if someone young dies, like it's suicide, but like I feel like that's usually what it is. Yeah,
and then
if they
like,
don't disclose it.
Yeah, and a lot of people like are going against all the companies that a lot of the idols are with, because a lot of them do not take care of them like very often, and it's like it's all mental health, especially like, I mean, them going through camps and not being able to see their families for a really long time and being pushed to the brink. It's like, and then like when stuff with canceling and stuff happens with their group, they're like, oh fuck, and then it's more that they have to stress out about
because bullies are more put down over there.
Yeah, and so it's like they have like even more pressure, but it's like, I don't know, they have to, I feel like, do a lot more like with themselves, and I feel like people here, it's a lot of like making they're making other people, like, they're still doing what they love and everything, but I feel like it's more lenient on people like Western artists than like, you know, over there. But it's kind of crazy how like all that just ties in together, because I know like Western people like also go through their own shit.
I didn't know that Korea was more like harped in on that. And it's because I saw this TikTok where it was like back to back like a few years that people were just offing themselves, and it was kind of crazy. Wow. But I don't know where I was going with that, but we'll just take the whole fucking thing out. On a lighter note, we end every episode every single week with Media Monday, where we talk a little bit about some media we've been consuming this week. You can go ahead if you're ready.
I think this song recently came out, but it's Golden Hour, right? But it's from, and then there was a remix with this Japanese artist.
Oh, that's cool.
That I listened to. I think it's pronounced Fujikaze, and it's that like remix of Golden Hour, and it's really good. I didn't know about that. Then I Am by Ive, and then Thick by Beyonce.
I think you used the I Am one last week.
Did I?
Well, I'm something
still
by
listening
Ive.
to it.
Like, I've been consuming it for 2 weeks.
Literally.
My most recent add to my liked songs is She's So Gone by Naomi Scott from Lemonade Mouth. Because I saw a TikTok of like a huge like crowd like going off to that song, and it was like, "Where are the Disney children now?"
Literally, that's like so. That
I need to listen to that.
Good, though.
It's a good one.
It's so good.
It's a banger. But I will say it was better in the video. Like once I listened to it, I was like, "It's pretty good." But like, you know, whatever.
It has to be in that type of setting. I feel like for sure.
Chemical by Post Malone, so good.
I think you said that last time.
Really?
I think you might have.
Well, I listened to it for another week. But no, literally on like, what was it, Saturday, I like rolled down, it was a hot day, rolled down the windows, like wind blowing in my 1-inch hair. And like I was cruising listening to Post Malone. It was like, it was nice. Those are my 2 this week. I haven't added like anything to my liked songs this week. I have 312 liked songs ever.
That's crazy.
Since November.
That's my favorite pastime though, like just driving and listening to music.
I love it.
So fun.
Literally just so fun with the windows down. Like the like hot days recently that we've had, just like baking me through the windshield. I'm like, please just literally melt my skin off. It feels so good.
Like my dream when I started driving. It's literally just driving with the music like blasting,
driving
the windows down. It's so good.
It's meditative.
I love it. Yeah. Sometimes I like try like. I don't.
While you're driving?
No, like it just makes me like so like relaxed.
I was like, girl.
No, it makes me so relaxed that it makes me like tired, and then I'm like, okay, time to go home.
My mom used to take naps in the driveway in her minivan, like in the sun.
It feels so good.
It feels. I like have not realized this in past years, but like this year, like whenever the sun hits me like through the windshield, I'm like, that feels so. Or like even we went to a park recently, and like it just felt so good.
I know.
I was like, where's this fucking sun been this whole time? Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I used to
vitamin D.
Yeah,
it stands for Daniel.
I used to take naps in my old job on my lunch breaks. So like I would go and like
Hope your new job doesn't see this.
for 20 minutes I would go like just to go nap in my car. And for the most part, like especially during the summertime, it was fucking crazy hot. But I would like turn on.
Was this on your break?
Yeah, on my lunch.
Oh, okay.
On my lunch.
Like, I'm surprised you did this on the clock.
No, on
doesn't
lunch.
sound like you.
No, on lunch. But I would turn the AC on for like 5-10 minutes, and I would turn it off. And then like it would just start getting warm slowly, and then I would like crack the windows so it wouldn't be too hot.
So good.
I literally fell asleep. That's the fastest I've ever fallen asleep.
And like I feel like if you like fall asleep and then you sweat a bunch, it like releases a bunch of toxins or whatever.
Yeah,
just like a
I feel
bodily
so good.
reset.
Yeah,
so
but
yummy.
when I would go back into work, my face was all flushed because I was so hot.
You're just like,
just like
totally sunburnt, peeling your skin off. You're like, I'm good.
3rd degree burns.
Yeah, smoking.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to work, gang. Well,
bye.
Should we just end it like that? That's honestly funny as fuck.
Yeah.